Is this shit live? I can't see my. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Good evening, good afternoon. This one is going to be quick. I was just thinking, I was thinking about a few things. Um, so the ancestors told me to have another look at the TV series V. V is about the visitors, aliens coming here, giving you their bless, acting like they come trying to help everybody, whatever, whatever. So if y'all ain't see V, um, if you want to see V, probably don't listen to what I'm saying. But so there were multiple things happening in the show V. On the surface, it looked like aliens wanted to come to the planet to take over. That's basic, right? That's what all these shows show, right? So the fact that these was aliens, they was trying to come take over our land. They was acting like they was something they wasn't. And for me, I'm watching the scenarios that they want you to pay attention to. But what I got out of that was um, GMO foods. I know that shit sound crazy, but there was one sentence in this series of 2 seasons with like 13 episodes each season. It was one sentence, and it was about the red rain. The red rain was the red rain. Okay, their theory was it was supposed to bring back all of our plant life, make everything fertile again, right? But the truth is, the red the red rain to me would be representative of the what is it? What y'all call that shit in the sky? In the sky when they be doing the things. My skies is clear here, but I don't know if y'all can see the sky, but our sky here is clear. Okay, there go one right there. So now I'm not sure if that's just a pilot because I am in the Air Force Academy. Um, but they have those things that uh supposed to cover the sun. I keep forgetting what that shit called. Whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about. Grand Rising. Oh, there you go. Chemtrails. I don't know how I forget that shit that quick. But okay. So I'm thinking the red rain is the chemtrails, right? The GMO food is designed to get rid of the weaker breed of species. If I said that right. Species, right? Okay. Follow me, y'all, because my mind be all over the place, but I be writing shit most of the time. Red brain, GMO. She said one sentence. The ones that don't die from the red rain is the ones we could breed with. That's the ones we could breed with. I've been saying to my husband, When I eat anything now, I say, let this poison be my fucking power. I cuss when I'm praying over my food. Let this poison be my power. Let this poison be my power. So I feel like how these GMO foods is trying to manipulate and alter our DNA, um, it's just like the jab. Like they're trying to get rid of the ones that can't hold their seed. Do that shit make any sense what I'm saying? Cause I might not know how to express this properly, but I'm telling you, the red rain and the GMO is the same fucking thing. If their goal is to make us, okay, let's go back to, there was this one part where there was the nurses, right? Not the nurse, the prenatal doctor for the women. They was giving them vitamins. The vitamins was skipping the DNA. It was leaving spaces for them to slip in cold. This shit really not that hard to put it into the current reality that we living in. So me and my husband was talking about it, and his theory was basically what they want you to believe, right? When I said the GMO, he was like, "Damn, that sound like something that I'm reading in the right now he's reading the Ethiopian Bible, original something. My husband is the one that reads. I ain't into all that shit. He loves reading biblical scriptures. So he said in the Egyptian Bible, there was some talk about this particular thing I'm talking about. And then I was like, now I'm about to switch it up, y'all. Just remember, I'm talking about what we consider to be aliens. So why is it so fucking hot? The weather report says it's 20 degrees out here. I am burning up. How is it 20 degrees out here? Oh my God, I got this dumbass winter coat on with the French. So anyway, they always lying about everything. So I was talking about global warming, and I said people are talking about global warming is being um the end of us, right? It's going to destroy the planet. Um I've never connected with that thought. I just I'm not sure. And then when I saw the Game of Thrones, when I saw the Game of Thrones, I was like, the White Walkers bring the ice, right? Dragon glass kills the White Walkers. Dragon glass kills the White Walkers. It's something with that. I'm all over the place, but I swear to God, if y'all just think about what I'm saying, it will make sense. Um, so in one of my ceremonies with the ancestors, I had an overwhelming feeling to melt the ice. This was some time ago, some years ago. The same way I told y'all to use the plants that's poisonous to take over the underground bunkers. You said, okay, I was teaching y'all in 2020 how to use the poisonous plants to leak into the bunkers underground where they think they safe. Um, so during that time, I was telling y'all how to use the plants for your benefit. I was working on the ice. Now, when I was doing my ritual for the ice to melt, this is so complicated. I even though it was being obedient to my ancestors, I felt like, even though I believe this shit is 100% true, okay? Now, I might be getting the names wrong. Y'all might be getting the names wrong. We all getting the names wrong at some point. However, okay, I believe that they have frozen us in ice. Some deities and entities, demigods, whatever you want to call it, they can't be killed. Now, remember, we was in California, and in California, we went to this really, really expensive mall down there. And I mean, I think like a tie in one of the stores was like $1,000. So we had walked past 3 statues, and the statues started talking to me, and they was telling me about the stores and the store owners. That's a real thing. Um, I filmed that shit too. I think uh, that statue was alive. When you think about the gargoyles on these buildings, these churches, for protection. Um, what was the other thing? It's a Netflix TV show called Troll, and my bad, y'all. I shifted elevations. We moved from one location to this of the Colorado Springs to the higher elevation, and I got to get my breath work under control out here. The air is thinner over here. So anyway, on the Netflix show Troll, the mountain was the troll. Okay. Uh, however they did that. The rock formation was deities or energies that was frozen, put in place so they can't do something to you, or y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I'm so confused about that. So I know in Colorado Springs, okay, where am I? I am way too close to the mountains for y'all to see what I'm talking about. But a few miles down the road on where the mountain is, there is um a formation that looks like a Buddha person, like a bald-headed man with a big ass fat belly laying on his back. And you can see that shit clear as day. And I said that must be another one encased in rock. So with the White Walkers encased in us in the ice. And then there was this part is important too. Y'all probably don't know who I'm talking about, but there is a YouTuber. His name is Eric. And a few years ago, he said he was going under. He was under with the people. And in his head or whatever, he was under. Eric doesn't do psychedelics. So he all this shit just comes to his regular energy. But he said he was in the Antarctica where all the ice is. He was there with people from the Middle East, white people, and some other race of people. But he was the only Aboriginal there. They started running and screaming. He started to run. They seen the face under the ice. He said the face was so big. It didn't make sense how big this face was, right? Which makes sense to me. So he says, he starts running with everybody else. And the face says, this shit has never left me. I remember every fucking word he said. He said, Eric, why are you running? Huh? What was that, Eric? He said, Eric, why are you running? So when Eric was telling this story, I went under. I needed to investigate that shit. And sure enough, they told me do this because that's what's real. And I'm like, okay. So in my spirit, I said, my mission is to do this. Remember, my only mission here has been to release the prisoners. That's why I was born. So I did, right? Now there's more and more ice melting. Me and my husband was talking about the death of the animals because of this, the polar bears. I don't think I'm gonna make that. Yeah, I knew it. That was smart, girl. These lights be changing like every 3 seconds. So anyway, um, I was saying to my husband, I feel some type of way about the animals and shit. But then I went back to what the dolphins told me when I destroyed that boat in the ocean in California and all that oil leaked out. They showed me the oil leaking out and killing all these fucking sea creatures. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I'm not no better. But what the animals, the sea creatures said to me was, we had already transitioned over into a new realm before that happened. So basically, they were saying that the correction needs to be made, the correction needs to be had, and there will be loss of life, but that loss of life is not what you think. So we was talking about the polar bears. For every time, there's a time. For every season, there's a time and a space for everything to have power and to not have power, to be up and then to be down. The polar bears was here because they brought that ice here. So the polar bears are not indigenous to us. So their death is just a cycle. I know that shit sound fucked up. Mm, it's okay if y'all don't follow me. If y'all don't get what I'm saying, it's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, here we go. So the death of the polar bears and all the ice sea creatures and animals that's about that ice life, um, they'll just transition to a new realm where their environment is what is going to sustain them. This shit is so important. Okay, so in the movie Troll, that was a story of the what do they call them? Norway? I think it's Norway. The Norway people. That's their story. Their deities, whatever. Supposedly, this might be all right, y'all. Give me 2 minutes. I gotta go get me a rat. Okay, back. So the issue I was having, of course, I'm always going to be obedient to the cause, right? I'm always going to do what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm told to do, because I'm not told to do anything by any in particular person or energy. I'm told to do by my higher self. I only work with her. I ain't got no God, none of that shit. Whatever she tell me, Fatia, Mikhail, whatever she say, I'm obedient. But there is this thing in the back of my head, and I'm always right. I'm always right. Just because these perhaps maybe they call themselves Anunnaki or whoever else they may be. We don't pronounce none of their names right, just so y'all know. Um, just because they look like me, we got the same DNA code or vibration. All these people talk about the Anunnaki coming back, right? A few years ago, the Anunnaki was supposed to come back to get Dr. York out of jail. I was waiting for them niggas like, yo. But anyway, I'm gonna stop joking though, for real. Um, Let me try to make an example of what how the fuck do I make an example of what I'm saying? All skin folk ain't friend folk. I said friend. Okay, if we release them from the ice, if we conjure them back, if we make the vibration of the planet so comfortable for everything to reset itself and come back, why would we think that they will be our allies or friends or family? If you think about every single if you think about every single sci-fi show, right? Fantasy, sci-fi, whatever. They have like the people who believe, right? And the people who believe they're doing everything they think they're supposed to do, making sure that these people in power, these people with the energy, um, it's free, right? But what about the way they really think about us? Now, if you go back to some of the conversations that Brother Wisdom said, or any other person that has communicated being involved with the council, some of us have direct contact with high council. Some of us only have contact with lower councilmen, okay? So like councilmen instead of mayors and presidents, if you want to look at it like that. Now, hold on one second. Oh, shit. Brother Wisdom said, what about us? What about us down here? What about helping us? Look what the fuck is going on with us. What y'all gonna do, whatever. And one of the council said to him, that's not my problem. Y'all gotta figure that shit out on your own. Y'all gotta wake up on your own. He right. The high councilman is right. We have allowed ourselves to be distracted. So we do not remember. Okay. Now, another thing that these high councilmen and women don't get, they still, with all their knowledge and shit, they don't get it. They don't get that once you come into this firmament, whatever you call this shit, everything is different. Things that can't love when they come here. The thought process is different. It's slowed down because of the pollution. memories foggy, intention still there, but the memory of why is not. It's easy for them up there to say we are distracted and we don't know our power and we this, that, and the third. But are you here? And for the ancestors who was here and then they died, I mean, how that shit work out for you? Because you did talking to me on the other side. I want y'all to know that I don't give a fuck which God you represent, which God you say you are. I'm nobody's bitch. And I'm going to speak my mind. I won't be shut up. I don't care if it's a cop, a judge, a God, or an angel. If you come to me, you better come to me with respect because I know who I am and I know who I am in both worlds. So if you say something to me that I'm supposed to just agree with, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to think. They're making this assumption that we can get ourselves out of this situation, and we can, but they're not holding into account um the what's that word? Is it opposition? I think is the word, y'all. Opposition. Okay, we are still going to have opposition. Now, what's the plan for the opposition? Okay, so remember when I told y'all about the entity that sat on the bed next to me and told me he had to slow us down because he was gonna win all that bullshit. What about those? Huh? So if you telling us we have the power down here to make shit happen that we want to happen and stop shit from happening we don't want to happen, right? What about the adversaries in the opposition? Do we have a team? Do we have our own team down here that we're all working together to fight the opposition? No. You got Brother Wisdom, right? And he on his side. Where is that? Detroit or Chicago somewhere. You got Grounded Dolphin, right? And in California. Where am I at now? God damn, I be so many places. I'm in Colorado now. Okay. You got me in Colorado. Eric is in Arizona. You got Melanie is in Virginia. We are so fucking spread out. There is no order. There is no counsel here. All of these fucking people who, when I question shit, say, we need to talk about this in private. Nigga, I am 45 years old and I have been waiting for this private location meetings with these motherfuckers for years. I'm talking maybe 25, 30 years. Because, like I said, I started this shit when I was like 10 years old. You can literally track me working as an advocate, as a pro se lawyer, and so much shit. You can find interviews of me at 13 years old with a radio station called WDAS in Philadelphia. I have been in this bitch. You can go into ABC News, World News Tonight. You can literally type me in and you'll see articles and videos of them interviewing me. I have always been in it. I've always been in it by myself. So I understand everybody's point of view. We are supposed to remember. But even if we were breatharians and we didn't eat none of this poisonous shit they're giving us, you're still breatharians, meaning you breathing. Now look at that. What's that up there? That look like they just studying up there right now. But the chemtrails. So if I don't eat none of this poisonous food, and I only breathe for my food, but the air that you breathing is poisonous, where is your fucking remedy? You eat and breathe that air. All I'm saying is nothing is simple and easy. And we have to be thinkatarians. We gotta fucking think. And we cannot just go off of the popular thing that's happening, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I believe that global warming will benefit us. I think global warming will benefit the planet. Um, but also remember, I have sunglasses on right now. If I don't have these sunglasses on when I'm outside, I will have a migraine for 3 days. And I'm Abby. So the sun is bothering me. I know y'all got people out there with these channels talking about how we sun gods and we children of the sun and they going to walk down the street and burn the fuck up just by walking or somewhere. Just look at that mountain. Damn. I get so distracted. Let's see. God, it's so pretty. I can't even see on here because I got my sunglasses on. I'm trying to see if y'all can see that. You just really can't see it. Pretty. But anyway, I don't know, y'all. I just had this on my mind. And I had these conversations with them when I'm working with them. Um, a lot of times when you have your hmm, shit is so difficult. When you have your team, I guess, of ancestral energies working with you, um, they don't know everything. They're mission based too, just like you. So you'll hear them a lot saying, look at that grass growing in. So pretty. You'll hear them saying, um, damn, what was I about to say? I don't know, the grass distracted me. Whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. Oh yeah, I was talking about the ancestors and their mission. So if you ask them, well, what about this? They'll say, that's not a time for that, or we'll talk about that later, or we don't have information on that right now. If you don't have information on something I'm asking you about in this particular mission, then how am I putting all my faith in you and my trust? I just always feel like an outcast. I was a black sheep of my family all my life. All my life. I ain't never followed no rules. I ain't give a fuck about what nobody said. I left home at 15. I got my first apartment at 17 and I've been on my own. Um Whenever I come home to visit, I have certain family members like, damn, who life she about to destroy now? It's just I'm not her. I'm not the person that can just agree and just follow without question. I can't do that. I know I did what I was supposed to do as far as thinning the ice. Now that ice thinning, that water is gonna purify the land, the planet will heal itself because of this. I know they telling you all this bad shit is gonna happen. But when we was in COVID and we had to stay in the house for 14 days straight, nobody outside, the planet restored itself like 30%, 60%, something like that. Um, with this ice melting, it's this clear freshwater ice is gonna is going to hydrate the earth, if that makes sense to y'all. It's going to hydrate it. So the plant life that has been dead for years or centuries is going to come back. The the birds, the animals that's gone underground because of this cold that they're not used to, they will return. They will return. I'm not concerned about global warming. My concern is when our people are released from the ice, will they be our demise too? We are weaker. Remember that. They are so powerful, they had to be encased in ice. In ice. We just figuring out we could reproduce the artifacts that was stolen from us. You know, we just starting to relearn shit we forgot. So I don't know. I'm just saying we should probably think a little bit harder about just blindly following and yo, it be so many UFOs in Colorado Springs. And that shit be just in the ear. Look at uh-huh. Anyway, the shit is popping off. Um, what they say, World War III will it won't be bloody, it'll be a mental or biological war, right? Well, you know that's what's happening with the food, right? So I don't know, y'all. I was questioning some work I did, like, oh, skin folk and kinfolk. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, just think about it. So even something so small as us, when we get educated and we get out of the hood, for instance, Colorado Springs, it's a lot of black people here. These black people here wouldn't know what black is to save their fucking life. They have mimicked the way of the Caucasian here or the Mexican. They don't follow any of their own traditions. Um, they think they're better. So you've experienced what we call bougie niggas, right? What is the Anunnaki gonna be like? They might not be bougie. I got this 85-inch TV in my house, but they gonna be bougie, bitch. You can't blow that shit up. Look at them. They're useless. Useless. Low level, whatever they call us in the alien world. I just be thinking, who do you trust? Who do you trust? That's why I always say, please know thyself. If you know thyself 100%, can't nobody brainwash you or manipulate you. You can't be fooled. I feel like every time somebody play me, I get angrier and angrier, and I make myself stronger, so that shit won't happen again. Like this shit with this dummy talking about he gotta slow me down. I never even paid attention to this fool slowing me the fuck down. I was like, yeah, all right, nigga. And then what happened? Like right after that, the homelessness, living in a car, the marriage falling apart, losing all my shit I own. I lost $30,000 worth of my product for my business. $30,000 worth of fucking crystals that I dug with my hand out the earth in the caves and the $30,000 of product I lost. Fuck. $30,000 of product I lost. So wouldn't that slow me down financially? Ah, I was looking for something else. When he said I'm gonna slow you down, I thought He probably gonna make the lupus go crazy, right? Because y'all know I got lupus. So I'm like, cool. I've been paralyzed before with this. I can handle that shit. I can do this. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting for lupus. Nothing ever happened with the lupus. I actually was, out of all this time I've been, I would say I was 80% healthy. Um, so I read that one wrong. And he did win. He slowed me down. He slowed me down for 2 years. But then I thought about that and I was like, something's off. Something is amiss. Why is my relationship weird like this? There is a weirdness in it. And I just started to go in more. I would go in more and meet with them and figure this out. And that's when they was telling me about the pearl demon, and they was showing me how my husband had been attacked, and he's in a place of hold right now with them. He has to get himself out. I can't do it. But anyway, it took me 2 years to figure it out, but I figured it out. And now that we're both aware of what took place, we've regrouped. Um, I can't really say if our marriage is will ever be what it was. Um, we are back together in a place together. But a lot of shit happened during that time of slowing me down that I'm not necessarily sure if I can let go of some of the stuff that happened, even though I know it was designed specifically to destroy us. I feel like, how come he wasn't strong enough to see it? And if he's not strong enough to see what was happening, then he would be allow us to be victim again to it again. So I'm in this space where I don't really know how this is gonna work out. Um, but you know, I'm just gonna stay on mission. As long as I keep doing me and what I'm supposed to be doing. All this other shit, these distractions, this shit don't matter. It don't matter. So anyway, that shit was just on my mind. I'm back home. Hope I gave y'all something to think about.